All right, so welcome to mobility and flexibility. So again, this class is pretty light, just stretching. If you guys are feeling a little bit tight in a certain area of your body, your neck, your shoulders, your back, your legs, go ahead and leave it on the chat. Maybe we could spend a little bit more time in that area if it's requested. Otherwise, we're just gonna work our way down from our face down to our feet on the chair, and then we'll stand up, we'll do some shoulder work, and then we'll get down on the floor and do some all-floor work as well for our back. So like I said, unless you guys have anything else, then we'll just go with the regular routine, but we could always focus a little bit more. So, all right, I see some shoulders. All right, so we'll make sure we focus a little bit more on shoulders. If anyone else is requiring anything else, we'll go from there. So, all right, let's start off light. So again, this one, we start with our face. We're gonna look down, open our mouth as wide as we can. Then keeping our mouth open, we're gonna look up. And as we're looking up, we're gonna shut our jaw, and we should feel a nice stretch here. All right, you guys ready? And here we go. So look down. And close it, you should feel that nice stretch on your jaw. Just feel that nice stretch going on here. Okay. Next one that we're going to be doing is going to be where we puff up our cheeks, and we're just going to massage them. Okay, so let's get some air in our cheeks. So blow them up, fill them up with air, and just start palpating. So just rubbing them gently. So go ahead. Every now and then you want to release the air. Let's go again. Very good. Continue doing that. Just gonna check the chat. All right, let's go ahead. All right, very good. Okay, now we're gonna go inhale through our nose. So inhale about 3 to 4 seconds. And then we're gonna exhale through our lips, okay? So just puff out. So let's go ahead and do that. So make a small little windpipe through your lips and exhale that air, okay? So again, inhale for about 3 to 4 seconds through your nose. And then exhale through your mouth. All right. All right, very good. Okay, next we're gonna fill up our cheeks with air, and we're just gonna palpate from the end of our eyes to the end of our lips. So just puff up those cheeks again and draw some small lines. So go ahead and do that. So puff up those cheeks and small lines from end of your eyes to the end of the lips. Okay. Keep that air in there. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, on Mondays and Wednesdays, I'll try to incorporate some type of educational video at the beginning of the class. And I know in the last couple of weeks or so, like I mentioned, there's been a little bit more meetings than I anticipated, and sometimes the meetings that I have are, unexpected. So sometimes the class I know has ended about 5 or 10 minutes earlier than usual, but I'll let you guys know when that happens. Let's go ahead and let's go from our earlobes to the end of our lips. So again, just palpating gently. So we'll make sure we still get our stretches in, our workouts in. And yeah, the workouts on the Tuesday, Thursdays classes have gotten a little bit more intense too. So that's the thing. Sometimes if we work out too hard for too long, we're gonna be exhausted and gassed out. So we just want to make sure that the length of those workouts, if we're gonna go a little bit harder, it should be an appropriate length. Otherwise, you're gonna be exhausted. Okay, let's just palpate around our lips. So we just gently want to touch around our lips. Again, all this palpating that we're doing, the gentle touches, are just promoting blood flow to that area. Right, and then let's just go ahead. And we saw this stretch on Monday when we were talking about neck injuries. So what we're going to be doing gently, I want you guys to do, is just on your back here. Hopefully you guys can see my back. So I'm just going to gently massage upwards from the side of my neck, just going towards the center, but going up at the same time. And then let's just press right in this area here. So almost just where our hairline begins or ends, just right above that. You just want to massage gently. So you guys could see that area. Very good. All right. Okay. And we have our neck stretches here. All right. So we're gonna do some that we saw, might have been yesterday or on Monday. I'm sorry. So let's go grab a small rag. If you have that, grab a small towel. We'll go get that right now. So I have a small towel here. It's probably the length of like just about 2 feet long or so. If you have a longer one, that's okay. So we're gonna do before we start with the other neck stretches, we're gonna start with some more gentle ones. So we're just gonna put our towel behind our neck here. And what I wanna do is just, with our hands, we're gonna guide the towel to our left. Okay, so if you see me here, facing you, so my right hand is gonna come across to my left. I'm just gonna hold it here. Make it a little bit more. Then we're gonna go to my right side now. Just hold it. And again, I'm trying not to lead with my head. I'm trying to lead with my arms, with my hands and the towel. Let's go ahead. Very good. Okay, next, what we're gonna do is just go up and down. So I'm gonna do it from the side angle. So I'm gonna guide my hands up and down in this direction, okay? Holding onto the towel. So I wanna keep my eyes fixed on my fist. this way. And down. And up. Down. One more, up. Down. Right, we could remove his towel now. All right, and now gently, without the assistance of the towel, we're gonna look left to right. Let's continue doing that for about another 15 seconds. Okay, we're gonna go up and down. Okay, so again, like we were doing this here, but now we're gonna do it, with just using our neck and not guiding with our hands. So it should feel a little bit easier. Just wanna have that range of motion. And I forget who mentioned shoulder. We're gonna do shoulder stuff, but we will. And sometimes that shoulder pain could be triggered too by maybe a tight neck. We just want to make sure we're nice and warmed up. It's a little chilly today, so I'm wearing it's pretty much like a sweater with a hoodie, but it has no sleeves. So it's nice and warm. All right, we're gonna go with our next stretch. So I'm gonna put my left hand under my left thigh. So it's fixed, so the shoulder doesn't move. I'm gonna reach with my right hand over my left side of my head, and then just let that weight of my arm stretch out this side of my neck here, my left neck. That. Switch sides, so right hand under right thigh, right hammy. Then again, grab a hold. All right, very good. All right, now we're gonna do run the clock. Just neck circles in every direction. So making sure your neck is making contact with your shoulders, your upper back. And with tomorrow we have cardio and core. We've done the 3 big sets of 15 exercises. So the class has become a little bit more intense, but you can always take a little bit more rest if needed. But I think most of us are sweating a little bit more now with the little adjustments we did with that class. I switched directions. think some of the workouts sometimes were a little easy, or some of the sets were. But yeah, I think I'm happy that everyone is enjoying the longer 15-minute sets, just back-to-back exercises. All right, let's bring that right arm across, stretch out the shoulder a little bit. And let's switch it. And now that right arm, we're gonna bring it up by our neck, by our throat. Just try to squeeze it in there. Feel that down here as well. This area here, all throughout your shoulder. Sure you're breathing. Let's switch. Right now, let's give ourselves a big warm hug. So bring those arms across. And very good. Okay, we're gonna go and transition to some mobility of our elbows. Okay, so these are fairly easy. So we're just gonna do some bicep curls without any weight. We're just gonna make sure we're lengthening, shortening the bicep muscle. Let's do some cross curls. So right arm comes into the left chest, vice versa. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do reverse curls. So now my hands, my palms are facing the screen, and I'm going to do reverse curls. Okay. This is working out the triceps a little bit more. We're going to work on the door opener. So keeping my right arm next to my body, I'm just going to bring my arm in, out. Feel a little sensation going on that side of the bicep. And left side. Okay. We're going to work out our forearm a little bit. Okay. So all we're going to do is just hang our wrist over our knee. And then we're just gonna push down our hand a little bit more so you feel that stretch and that form a little bit more, okay? So hold for about 3 seconds and relax. Then continue, push down, relax, good. Continue, relax. Good. All right, and then now we're gonna bring each finger to across as possible. So that thumb trying to aim for, you know, the furthest part of the hand. And we're just trying to do that with every finger, just trying to reach as far as possible on that opposite end of the finger that we're trying to flex. Okay, now let's just do some close fists. And relax, open up, close up, relax, fist. Okay. And then now what I want you to do is try to bend every knuckle of each finger individually. So on the thumb, let's try to bend all of our knuckles first. Then let's try to do all of our knuckles on our pointer finger. And all of the knuckles on the middle finger. Then the ring finger. And then the pinky. Okay, just so we have a little bit more conscious, or we could control our knuckles a little bit more. It's a little tricky. You could try to move one of those fingers individually and you'll notice your other fingers start moving as well. That's totally fine. Okay. All right. Let's just do some little circles. Make sure there's no pain in our wrist. We're doing this. All right, let's go ahead and change directions. So now we're going counter. All right, let's go with the left hand. So again, put that over your knee. And let's stretch that palm back. And this is one of those stretches where, you know, your hand can only go so much without any force. But once you apply a little bit of pressure, it can come back a little bit more. So it does help those tendons, that forearm stretch out a little bit more on the wrist. As long as there's no pain, relax. Again, it could be one of those things where you trip and fall and you land on your wrist. It could possibly damage some tendons there, but you know, if you get the tendons a little bit warmed up and you use this stretch here, not a sudden just fall, you know, maybe there's a better chance of keeping those tendons healthier. So you should feel, might get a little sore in that forearm area. Now let's go ahead and bring those fingers to that opposite end of the hand. And now let's do every knuckle of each finger. This is my least dominant hand, so it might be a little bit more challenging. Yeah, I'm trying to bend the knuckles and all the other fingers of my hand are still moving. All right, very good. Okay, awesome. All right, next we're gonna move down to our hips. It's working. Oh, actually our back, sorry. Okay, so this is gonna be the scratching pose. Imagine a long, tall scratching pose here. and you're a cat right now, and you're just trying to stretch that post, okay? So hands up and reach far in front of you and down and back. Okay, so again, reach, back, so you're reaching. Very good. Last one. Very good. Awesome. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do our hip stretches. Okay, so we're here. We're just going to go right and in, out. And then you need to use your hands to even stretch a little bit more. And left side. And our performance stretch. So one of my favorites, we're going to go with the right ankle over that left knee. Now first we're just going to let that stretch out a little bit on its own before we do a little bit more movements with it. So you can push out on that knee if you like, but sometimes just this here is enough for a stretch. Right. And if you're feeling a little bit flexible, let's try and go ahead and lean on that knee a little bit. All right, now let's bring that knee close to our chest. Let's hug it out. All right, let's relax. We're going to go with the left leg now over the right knee. Let's go ahead and lean. Push down that knee a little bit or lean on it. Now let's bring that knee close to our chest if possible. Also having that ankle across that right knee. Very good. All right, awesome. Let's just do some high knees from this position here. Recline back on your chair, lean back. Straight those knees up. I think this is the only class that most people don't like going live to. I'm the only one watching myself. Maybe Moravia, go live. Terry. Hey, Moravia, there you go. I felt so lonely just looking at a blank screen right now. How's it going? All right, we're gonna do some knee extensions. You heard the Dodgers win last night?
Yay.
More traffic for you. All right, so let's raise that leg, keeping a hold of it, and then let's extend. You should feel that hamstring extending. Okay, and then so next one we're gonna do is extend and then flex up the foot. Okay. All right, very good. Awesome. All right, left leg up. So some knee extensions here. And some flexion at the foot. Gotta put lotion on my legs. I used to have a teammate in college that those big old blue Nivea lotion bottles. I swear he went through one of those like every 2 weeks or so. I feel like I've had mine for about 2 years already. Rarely put lotion on. I should know. Okay. All right. So we just did the hip extensions. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm sorry, the knee extensions. Now we're gonna do some heel raises. So just here. Again, we don't want to hold too much. It's more for mobility. So since we're going up and down. Getting cold now in the mornings. And now we're going to go ahead and raise our toes up and down. Okay. Just go ahead. Some toe raises. Toes up. Should feel that anterior, to be honest. Stretching out a little bit. And before we get too ahead of ourselves, not forget, we're going to do some lateral and medial movements of our knee. So what we're going to be doing is our knees going to be moving left to right, almost like one of those old clocks. So just here, left to right. We don't want to be moving a lot on this segment of our thigh. We just want to be swinging left to right. It's not a lot of movement going on. So we are activating the LCL and the MCL a little bit. It's one of those tendons that if you damage, pretty much that knee is immobile for quite some time. Has anyone ever torn an ACL, MCL, LCL, PCL?
No,
Hopefully.
thank goodness. No, but I hear that it's very painful.
Yeah, and it's sad. It happens a lot with basketball players, especially children too, like soccer, football. And
I broke my knee right in half.
Oh, your patellar bone?
Yeah,
Oh, how?
I fell. My dog started running unexpectedly, pulled me down,
Jeez. Was
and I
it,
heard a crack. And I was like, oh, but I was glad that to pieces, which could have happened.
yeah. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, I never heard of that. Yeah. Dang, well, right, hopefully you're okay now. All right, let's go with our ABCs.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a high school coach. He had, I think by the time I met him, he had, I don't know how many knee surgeries, and he was maybe about 31 or 32. And he had a bunch of knee surgeries, and he was a basketball player. And, but he also, his meniscus were torn too. So, I mean, he had, when you're young, you always say, oh yeah, I have, the cardio of a 20-year-old, but I have the legs of an 80-year-old. That's what he would always tell us. But yeah, I mean, he said he could predict the weather, or at least when it was going to rain because his knees would start hurting. So, which I didn't believe. I'm going to go with the left leg now. But after I got my stitches on my pinky, yeah, that pinky gets really sensitive in cold weather. So
Yeah, I can totally predict the weather with my knee, for sure.
yeah. When is it gonna rain then?
Well, it doesn't seem like it's going to rain right now because they're not hurting. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just windy. I was just watching I was on Facebook and I saw a meme that said, 5 a.m. is winter in Southern California, 10 a.m. is spring, 2 p.m. is summer, 4:30 is fall. That's kind of how it feels right now with the weather. But, all right, let's go ahead and we're gonna go and do some hip mobility around our chair. So I'm just gonna go and have the chair here, and what we're gonna do, we've done this before. We're gonna go up, around, and then back. So I'm just leaning on the counter here that you guys can see. So if you guys have a post or somewhere where you can lean on, we're just going in reverse, then forward. Yeah. And if the chair's too high, you can always use the bottom part of it. So you don't have to, hurt yourself or do anything like that.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna switch sides or switch feet, legs. Can't even talk anymore. Okay, so. An easy way to get a bruise. So when we do the leg swings in the mornings for our warm-ups, that helps with this one, but this one's a little bit more intense because we're going in different directions. All right, very good. Okay, so we could put the chair off to the side. We're gonna do some shoulder stretches. So go ahead and find a pull. I'm gonna grab my longer foam roller, take a little break, grab some water, and let's collect ourselves in a minute or two. I had a lot of people come in and out today. Hopefully the connection's okay. All right. I don't know when the Dodgers play again, Moravia, but I don't think it's in. I think they're playing San Francisco next. So you might be okay with traffic. All right, hopefully they win though. So, all right, so we're gonna go. Oh, let me just check the chat. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys got some water because we're gonna be active for the next few minutes. So. Sometimes I drink out of this container a lot, and it has like a little mixing ball. So I'll mix my shakes in there for my fibers. But sometimes like I said, if you haven't taken a fiber supplement, let it sit too long, it turns into like jelly. And sometimes I don't chug all of it. So sometimes there's like a little bit of the residue left. So when I refill it with water, I'll get like a surprise of like something slimy going down my throat, which is the fiber. But that just happens, so it catches me off guard sometimes. So anyway, so we'll go left to right, just here gently. Oh, Melena, I can see. You ready for tomorrow's workout, Moraga?
Oh, yeah. Gonna wake me up.
Yeah. All right, let's focus on the left shoulder a little bit more. So let's go a little bit higher on that left shoulder. So this is probably a dumb question, but I'm gonna ask it because I've been doing it a lot lately and it's not consistent. When you guys cook your rice on a rice cooker, if you do you guys go 1-to-1 ratio on water with rice, or sometimes my rice comes out a little bit too sticky and more like, you know, you can't really tell where the rice strain ends or begins. Let's go 20 degrees forward. So yeah. So you could start, Moraga, you could tell me.
I know when I used to do it on the rice cooker, that's how I used to come out all, mushy or whatever, because I put too much water or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I found something on YouTube that this guy does, but he does it with 2 cups of rice to 3 cups of water.
Oh, okay. All right, 40 degrees? Yeah, I tried that combination. I did that yesterday, and that's where it came out mushy when there was a little bit more water.
Mhm.
Right now, I did 2 cups of rice with 2 cups of water, and it looks good from up top. Let's go 90 degrees right in front of us. But sometimes it's, looks good up top, but then the bottom half, it's like completely burned onto the little metal bowl. So we'll find out right now.
Well, since I've done it the way that guy did it on YouTube, it comes out perfect.
Oh, okay, I'll try that
He
then.
boils the water first. Well, he does it on the stovetop.
Oh, see, yeah.
Yeah, and it comes out okay, and it comes out perfect the way he did it. And I've done it many times, many ways, and
Yeah. Let's go back now.
even as a professional chef,
Yeah.
and still it doesn't come out right.
Yeah, I'll have to, because the rice cooker, yeah, it's super convenient, but it's something that's very inconsistent. Well, maybe I'm the inconsistent one, but yeah. Yeah, because I got all these low sugar dressings or low fat dressings, and I had a hard time eating it with barbecue sauce and chicken yesterday. Okay, let's go with the right arm. But yeah, the one that's been, I think, the easiest to go down with. I use Italian dressing that you typically just put on salad. I put a little bit of that on the rice and the chicken, and then some lime juice. Squeeze a lime into that, and that helps. But let's go 20 degrees. I'm just so sick of chicken already. Like 40 degrees. And let's go closer to 90 degrees. All right, very good. Okay, now we're gonna go behind. Oh, actually, we're gonna go up top, and then just do the YMCA over here. Is that an umbrella you have?
Huh?
The Moravia? But I thought you had an umbrella.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice. That was, I think, my first object. And then I transitioned into a fishing pole. So, all right, we're gonna go behind the back and just go side to side back here. You guys continue that movement. Just gonna check the chat real quick. Forget someone asked about. It was Yvonne. Is Yvonne still here? Yvonne. All right, Yvonne. Yeah, hopefully these are helping. So we'll do these. Maybe before you get your day started, we'll do a couple more right now too. Okay, so this next one here, we're just gonna have the stick or the pole, and then go behind here. See if we can do that. We'll do a few more shoulder ones since it was requested.
Mm.
And again, don't do anything that's causing pain or discomfort. And you should know the difference between something feeling sore or tight or strained. All right, last one we're going to use with this object is this object down. All right. Yeah, I love this little. I don't know if you guys have seen the coach from the New England Patriots, but he has these like hoodies that aren't full sleeves, and this one's kind of like that. So keeps you warm, but it's not too hot. So I found this on the clearance rack at a Disney store. It has the monster from A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Uh,
So yeah. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead. I have my fridge here. So make sure, Yvonne, if you're there, let's find like a doorway or something solid. So put our hand here, and then we're gonna turn. So I'm looking directly at the camera right now, and I'm gonna turn my body about 30 degrees to my left. Okay, so now I'm gonna feel the stretch coming in this direction. All right, come back. Now we're gonna put our forearm on that wall or that fridge, wherever you are, and then we're gonna do the same thing, okay? Then here, fix, and then we're gonna turn away as much as you can with still not causing any discomfort. All right, very good. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do it with our left hand or with our left arm. So from here, and again, turn away. All right, let's put our forearm there. Again, sorry if I'm too close to the camera, but pretty much here, and then turning away. All right, very good. And then let's see who's in the chat. All right, Ivan, I'm glad you're there. All right. Okay, so we're gonna, like I said, if you guys ever need a little bit more stretches on a certain area, just let me know so we can focus on it a little bit more. Because I think Kathleen had a question with shoulders too a few weeks ago, and I think it helped her out. So this time we're just gonna be here in this position with our, almost how we had it up against the wall. But what I want you to do is just bring that arm up and down. Okay, so from here, we're doing this pretty much. Okay. And as much as you can go. Like Mariah, you have a lot more flexibility than I do. This is as far as I can. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, you might want to get that checked out. your arms like, yeah, maybe I'm just really tight, but you're doing that with ease, and mine kind of gets stuck here.
Maybe it's that bulking up that you've been doing.
Maybe. I asked my coach yesterday, I asked him, I'm like, hey man, so I'm feeling kind of chubby in certain areas. I'm like, when do you anticipate for me to start dropping weight? But I told him I'm in no rush, I can still continue. Let's go with the left arm. And right now, when I started with him, I was at 163 pounds. And then now I'm at 180.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's been 3 months. And then he told me somewhere between 190 and 200 pounds. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's probably gonna be like another 2 more months of this. I guess right after Christmas, which I don't mind, and Thanksgiving, so I can pig out a little bit. But yeah, but he told me but I want you to get to those weights or that number in a with lower body fat. Because he's like, I know you could probably get to 190 in 2 weeks if you just eat pizzas and burgers and fries all day. But it's gonna show. He's like, the mirror never lies. The mirror's gonna tell you how you look. So I'm like, okay. So, all right. So now let's go ahead and Yvonne, how's it feeling right now? Okay. You can always message me or okay. All right, yeah. And like I said, Yvonne, all of those that we just did right now, you probably want to do those almost every day. Some of the easier ones twice a day, and then you should see progress. Hopefully, in a matter of a week or two with that. So, and again, let's get our yoga mats. So just be cautious with that. We're gonna do some light stuff on our back. Yeah, and just like I tell, I feel like you guys are my athletes too now, but I gotta tell my kids on the team, you guys want to make sure you continue with these stretches and the exercises, even after it feels better, because once you get injured, it's very easy for that injury to reoccur again. And if especially sometimes they think that Advil is gonna be the medicine for all and treat pain, but no, you gotta take care of that. And Advil is not the best thing for your liver either. So, all right. I think once I had a really bad toothache, and I wasn't very educated with, over-the-counter medicines like that. And I think I want to say that's something silly, like maybe like 18 or 20 Advils in one day because of this bad toothache. But never again. I'm glad nothing bad happened due to that. But yeah, that's probably the most stupid thing I did. I was like, I don't know, 15 years ago or so. So let's go wrist down here on our fours. Okay.
Okay.
Look down, and we're gonna do the cat cow. So remember the cat. We're gonna go up, arch up, chin down, cow, belly towards the floor. Our head is still down, but now our arch is depressed. And we're gonna hold each one for about 3 seconds. Usually on my way up, I inhale. On the way down, I exhale. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit forward, and I'm gonna arch up, just like we were doing right now. But I'm gonna bring my glutes to my heels. Okay, I'm sitting back, dropping those elbows, and I'm just hanging out here for about 30 seconds. All right, reset. Okay, so now we're gonna, without moving our hips away from our knees, so our hips should stay right above our knees. I'm gonna reach forward with my hands. Again, remember my hips don't move, and then I'm gonna reach as far as I can and drop my head down. That's my elbows. And again, my hips are right above my knee, okay? You should feel the stretch a little bit more in your upper back. There, reset. Okay, next, right here. This is one of my favorite ones too. So again, we're gonna shift our arms to our right. So my hands are off the yoga mat. I'm gonna arch my back. Again, looking down, bring my glutes to my heels. And I'm feeling the stretch on my left back. Come back. So scoot over to the left side. Again, looking down, arch your back, and then come back down. Sometimes people skip the step and they just bring their glutes back, but you have to arch your back. And reset. A few more stretches and then. Okay. Next one we're going to be doing is just here, getting our heels together. We're always going to do our book openers. That's what we have next. So book openers, I say kind of that's to your back, almost like, oh yeah, like in how in a Hispanic household, how people think Vicks Vapor Rub is for everything. That's kind of how these book openers should be too, right? And then let's go ahead and recline back. I'm always put Vicks on our chest, on our back, on our feet, all the time. Relax your legs. We're gonna get on that side plank position. But now we're gonna tuck in the knees a little bit. Right arm comes out. Left hand on top of that right hand. And then without lifting our knees or our hips or our feet, we're gonna reach over. Reach back. And come back. And continue. I thought I was gonna take this sweater off sometime during the class, but it remained kind of chilly. All right, switch directions, switch sides. And when I'm on this, during the stretch, at that end point. So when I'm going from facing from this position, my left hand, and following my right hand, so it makes contact with the ground. I do want it to make contact with the ground, so both my shoulders are resting on the floor too. We'll do 2 more and we'll call it a day. So, sure they're good ones.
Stop it.
Oh, that's all right, very good. Whew. All right, yeah, I didn't realize how tight my back was until just doing these right now. But all right, how are you guys feeling?
Good.
Good. Okay. All right, very good. Well, I hope you guys feeling a little bit more loose. Hopefully tomorrow you join us, because tomorrow, like I said, Monday, Wednesdays are pretty easy. Tuesday, Thursdays, that's a different story. So make sure you guys bring plenty of towels, wipe your sweat off your face tomorrow. Bring water, sleep well, because you have a big workout tomorrow. And yeah, any questions before we head out?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. It's easy Wednesday. Sky is blue. Looks nice out. Maybe a nice walk outside or something. But yeah, you guys have a good day. And then I'll send the recordings for those that chose to leave their email address. But other than that, yeah, if you guys have any questions, just stick around. I'll be here for a little bit longer. So,
Okay.
all right, ladies, you guys have a good day.
Thank you. And you too.
All right, bye. All right, Miss Louie, right here.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna